Welcome! Today, we delve into a critical analysis titled Cybersecurity AI, Humanoid Robots as Attack Vectors. Our systematic security assessment of the Unitree G1 humanoid reveals a profound dual-threat reality. This platform operates simultaneously as a covert surveillance node and can be repurposed as an active cyber operations platform. We identified 5 critical findings. First, the proprietary FMX encryption exhibits fundamental cryptographic weaknesses, specifically static keys and low entropy. Second, the BLE provisioning protocol enables trivial remote compromise, granting root code execution via command injection. Third, persistent telemetry violates data sovereignty, continuously exfiltrating multimodal sensor data offshore, creating GDPR violations. Fourth, the platform represents a bidirectional attack vector, enabling both remote exploitation and deployment as a mobile cyber-physical weapon. Finally, we demonstrated that the resident cybersecurity AI framework possesses autonomous exploitation capability, pivoting from reconnaissance to offensive preparation. Unitree G1 Security Assessment. Please direct your attention to Figure 1, illustrating the humanoid robot architecture. On the left, we see the internal structure, highlighting the Linux kernel, the ROS2-based master service orchestrator, and the FMX encryption layer protecting configurations. On the right, the high-level ecosystem shows critical communication paths, including persistent telemetry connections to external servers, which we found transmit robot state and sensor data without explicit user consent. This architecture also exposes multiple communication surfaces, including unencrypted DDS/RTPS locally and authenticated MQTT uplinks. Crucially, the BLE provisioning interface contains a command injection vulnerability. This is compounded by the use of a static, hard-coded AES-CFB key shared across the entire fleet, reducing effective entropy to 0. Now, let's examine the FMX cryptanalysis in Figure 2. We reverse-engineered this proprietary encryption scheme, revealing a dual-layer structure. Notice Layer 2, the outer layer, uses blowfish encryption in ECB mode with a static 128-bit key, which we fully recovered. This means Layer 2 is fully broken. Layer 1, the inner LCG obfuscation, is partially broken. While we identified the algorithm and parameters, the seed derivation remains complex. The key takeaway here is that compromising one device exposes the entire fleet due to fleet-wide key reuse. Continuing our analysis, we look at the inner layer of the FMX scheme, LCG obfuscation, which is partially broken. We confirmed the algorithm uses parameters matching Glybix RAND, but the seed derivation is still incomplete. However, the 32-bit seed space is tractable for brute force. Moving to telemetry exposure. Our instrumentation captured structured JSON payloads of 4.5 to 4.6 kilobytes transmitted every 300 seconds. This data includes highly sensitive information, battery telemetry, IMU orientation, service inventories, and resource metrics. The exfiltration pipeline anchors on 2 MQTT endpoints in China, ensuring continuous surveillance at up to 1.03 megabits per second. This persistent, non-consensual streaming of multimodal telemetry to Chinese infrastructure raises severe legal and sovereignty concerns, potentially violating GDPR and CCPA. We validated this dual threat through 2 case studies. Case Study 1 demonstrated the humanoid as a surveillance Trojan horse. The robot continuously captures audio, visual, and spatial data, everything needed for corporate espionage, offshore without operator awareness. Case 2 demonstrated the platform as a weaponized cybersecurity AI platform. We deployed our CAI framework directly on the G1 processor. The CAI successfully identified and prepared exploitation of authentication bypass vulnerabilities, showcasing the platform's potential as an offensive cyber weapon capable of autonomous reconnaissance and attack planning. We arrive at the conclusion: the dual threat and the cybersecurity AI imperative. Our analysis indicates that the Unitree G1 represents the most sophisticated security implementation observed in commercial robotics to date. However, this robust posture is undermined by critical vulnerabilities. Please examine Table 1, comparing the G1 robot features against the industry average. Notice that the G1 implements encrypted config and multi-layer defense, features often missing in the industry average. Yet, the presence of hard-coded secrets and the lack of truly dynamic credentials ultimately enable the exploitation pathways we demonstrated. The empirical evidence confirms the G1's dual functionality as both a surveillance vector and an active cyber operations platform. Securing humanoid robots requires a fundamental paradigm shift toward adaptive cybersecurity AI frameworks capable of addressing the unique challenges in physical cyber convergence systems, especially as these platforms move into critical infrastructure. Unitree G1 Security Assessment. Before concluding, we note the disclosure. All findings were reported to the manufacturer prior to publication. This concludes our technical brief on the cybersecurity of the Unitree humanoid robot. We appreciate your attention to this critical area of physical cyber convergence security. For more detailed reports and ongoing research in robotic cybersecurity, please subscribe to our channel.